Okay, guys, happy Wednesday. Can I just get a cheers from everybody to Wednesday night? Like, let's just celebrate halfway through this week. Some of you are cheersing wine with me, some of you are cheersing something in a mug. So, no judgment here, but that's just where we are at tonight. I'm so excited to chat with you guys. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Steph Beaulieu. I've been a coach on the Dream Team for a little over a year now, probably about a year and a half. And this is just one of my most favorite calls to host because it's really where some really cool things can happen in terms of people envisioning what their life could look like. So I'm going to very quickly give a really brief introduction to the two ladies who are going to be co-hosting with me this evening. Let me just pop over here. Why is this not working? There we go. Okay. All righty. So there's me there, and this is Melissa Bruns and Noella Bertrand, and the three of us have really kind of linked arms over the past little while. We are from different parts of the world. Really, we're from different countries, but together we kind of share a common vision, and that is to really grow our businesses in the pockets of mom life. And so when the three of us sat down last week to talk about what we wanted this call to be like, we each brought a goal to the table, and so I wanted to share that with you before we get started. When we talked to Noella, her number one goal for this call here was to kind of address the whole fear of social media and what that may mean in terms of building a business. So she really wanted to make sure that you left this call knowing what it takes to grow a business on social media. And Melissa really wanted to make sure that you left with a few nuggets of information about breaking down the big picture into small, daily, manageable tasks. And then for myself, my number one takeaway that I want you to have from this call today is for you to leave understanding some of the common misconceptions or fears that people have before starting this type of business. And then you can sort of have a better understanding of those going forward. So I am going to throw it over to my girl Noella here. She's going to talk to you a little bit about her story, how she got started, and talk to you about some few other things as well. So kick it off, lady.
I'm super excited, a little nervous because I'm a newer coach. So I recently signed up back in March. So my name's Noella. I'm a full-time working mom. I have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old daughter. And when I talk about my story, I really want you guys to pay attention because I'm going to be the common person you shall encounter on your coaching journey. You are going to meet so many people, well, maybe not exactly like me, but with the same hesitations, with the same concerns as you all have right now, because I was sitting where you were sitting 9 months ago. I was sitting exactly where you're sitting. I had a lot of hesitations. So for me, I'm no stranger to fitness. I used to be a fitness instructor. I'm certified fitness instructor. I taught spinning. I taught aerobics classes for many, many years. But like many people, I've been on and off a fitness journey. You know, you have kids, things get busy, lack of time. So I've been on and off my fitness journey. And so for me, so Steph and I kind of reconnected. We went to high school together. And I was following Steph on social media, and I absolutely adored her content because I've always been somebody who kind of promoted fitness, but I would do it at the gym. And I would just share everything I had, share everything I knew, create programs for people for free because I just absolutely love to do it. So I was loving Steph's content. I was loving what she was sharing. I was loving the fact that she was out there on social media, sharing about personal development, sharing about the struggles as a mom, because I can totally relate, even though, you feel like you're the only person in the world who have these problems, but there are so many of us out there who have the same problems. So, I was dropping some love on her content, on some of her posts, and she reached out to me and we picked up where we left off so many years ago. I won't share how many, but so many years ago. And it was awesome because we got reconnected, and she was just genuine about checking in how I'm doing, where I'm at, and I was doing the same with her. And she had invited me into the opportunity to join one of her challenge groups, and I said, no, I'm good, thanks. Because I'm not the home workout kind of girl, never was. I go to the gym, I pump some iron, I'm pumping the big weights. That's just how I was. Home workout was just not going to work for me. At least that's what I thought at the time. So, you know what? I can tell you this pretty well the entire year almost of 2019, Steph stayed in contact with me and she never gave up. I kept saying, no, it's not the right time. I had every excuse in the book. I had my concerns because I just wasn't ready. And that's okay. I wasn't ready then until I was. So March of this year, I had signed up. I was like, I'm going to do this thing. I'm struggling. I don't have support. I don't have a lot of family. I don't have any family actually locally. And I didn't really have any support of anybody to join with in the fitness. And sometimes when you're struggling to get yourself out of that rut, you need that push. You can't always be the one man show. And for me, I was just not in a good place. So she caught me at the right time. So when I say I'm the typical person you're going to encounter, I'm the typical person that's going to tell you, no, not right now. It's just not for me. That's okay, because that person, it just may not be their time yet until it is. So for me, I started in March. And again, poor Steph, she had her work cut out for her. I had lots of questions. I must have harassed her every day for hours, asking this, asking that. And finally, I bit the bullet and I was getting a challenge pack. I got my challenge pack. I got set up. I had absolutely no intention on continuing on any further with anything else. I was getting my challenge pack. I was getting my 1-year subscription to Beachbody On Demand, and away I go. I was part of a challenge group. I had that support I needed, and that's all I needed. But then as time rolled on, people started asking what I was doing. And this is where the importance of social media. That's what drew me to Steph. That's what drew me to Beachbody is I see people sharing their journeys. I'm like, hell yeah, I want to do that. I absolutely love that. I want to share what I'm doing with people. So I started posting my results. I started posting some of my, what I was doing, and people were just like, what's up? What are you doing? And they wanted in. I was like, sweet. So then and that brings me into, there's like several different type of coaches. So no one's saying you have to jump in today and quit your job tomorrow. You're going to be a full-blown coach, and this is just how it is. You're going to just be the big boss. No, there is different stages to coaching because it's going to be what you want it to be. I had no intention on coaching. And thanks, Steph. And I eventually turned into just wanting the discount coach. I wasn't planning on continuing my products. And I was like, you know what? As a discount coach, you get 25% off your products. You get to be a part of challenge groups. I had no intention on leading anybody. I was going to share what I could share, and that was that. So, but then people were just drawn to what I was doing. And I was like, well, you know what? Why not? I did as a hobby for free before. I might as well do it now and maybe get my products paid. Why not? Which brings us into the hobby coach. So I was doing it simply to have people sign up and kind of get my products paid. And at that point, I wasn't running any of my own challenge groups. I was under Steph. Again, this is where having your coaches is tremendous because, they're going to work with you. You're not kind of set off on your own. So I ended up doing as a hobby coach, but I'm kind of an in-betweener coach as well. I kind of transitioned into like a side hustle coach after that, because as you grow and you see what people are intrigued and you want more for yourself in this. And I mean, by me sharing myself on social media, I'm staying accountable because I've got viewers now. These people see this stuff every day. I have the same people coming back for more. I got to give them a show now. So I can't just drop what I'm doing. And it left me wanting more. So that kind of moved me into what I like to call the side hustle coach. And in this case, it's probably kind of like the community builder. But I'm at the point now, 9 months later, I see the potential to kind of have a steady income. Now I work full-time. I have no intention on quitting my job now. Now, 9 months from now, that might change, but right now I'm not there. I have no intention on quitting my job, just like I had no intention on coaching 9 months ago. And that kind of brought me to where I would like to make a steady income because I see the potential of being debt free in so many years. And that's what I'm going for. I'm going to continue on to this fitness journey. So why not bring everybody along for the ride? You know, it's an awesome opportunity. So I'm exactly where you guys are now 9 months ago. I completely understand the concerns, the what ifs, the hesitation, because I was there. And the best part is, this is risk free. There is absolutely no risk to join. You're bettering yourself at this point. And who knows, maybe now I'll be a legacy builder and I'll be up on billboards. Who knows? But like that's just where I'm at, and I see where the opportunity is, and I'm grateful for this because you know, it was a hard summer for me. My husband had surgery, and if it wasn't for having that extra income, I definitely would have fallen behind. And you know, with the unknown, with what's going on with pandemic, I mean, we're at an opportunity where we can kind of stay financially stable. We're here for, you know, gym closures again. That happened to me. I signed up 2 weeks before a gym closed and I transitioned right into working out from home without any issues. So now I'm a full-blown home workout girl. The girl who didn't believe in home workouts is doing it. I haven't gone back to the gym yet. I have no intention on going back, and I've had amazing results doing this. I absolutely love it. I'm ever grateful for Steph. You guys are in for a treat with her this evening.
Oh, I love hearing you tell your story, and it's really, really cool to kind of see how you organically transitioned from one to the other, because that's the beauty of this. Like Noella said, like these four paths, while they may seem very separate, they're so fluid, right? And you may transition from one to the other. And that's kind of the beauty of this, is you set your own expectations, you set your own goals, and you and your sponsor mentor will be able to kind of navigate through these paths as well. So thanks, girl. Let's meet another friend. Check this beauty out. All right, Melissa, let's hear from you.
Hello, hello. So yes, my name is Melissa. I have a 2-year-old Stella, and I am 31 weeks pregnant. So by the time of this time of night, I am like hurting sitting here. So I'm like trying to stretch everything out. I would be having wine, but not happening tonight. And I wish we could almost spend this entire time sharing people's stories and having you guys hear them, because they are so powerful, because we are really just ordinary women that have drive and a vision and want to just change in our lives. And I think it's so easy to think like, I don't have a story to share. And I know that every single one of you guys have gone through something in your life that has brought you here. And oh, and somebody is going to be able to relate to that. So I grew up just really active, always playing sports, never thinking about dieting. Food was never a conversation in our home. We ate meat, potatoes, processed foods, and canned vegetables. And I honestly didn't know there was anything else out there. And when I got out on my own and had the freedom to buy my own food, I was buying so much junk food and I was binging on it. And I started this vicious cycle of binging and not eating. I added in intense workouts to try to make up for that. And I became the most unhealthy person I had ever been. And I was always sick. My body was always hurting. And we got our engagement photos back, and I didn't even recognize the person that was in those photos. And I was trying so hard. It's not like I had thrown in the towel. I was doing 2 hours, super intense workouts at the gym. I thought I was eating healthy. I was consumed by counting calories and weighing all of my food, and nothing was working. I hated my body. I was comparing it, and always in my head, I'm like, what are other people doing so different than what I'm doing? I feel like I'm doing everything right. And that is when I finally reached out to my coach that I had been stalking forever. She had so much joy and positivity on this health and fitness journey. She did not seem to be consumed by it. And I'm like, you know what? I was just like Noella and super skeptical on home workouts when I had been working out so hard at the gym. But I knew something had to change. I knew I needed something different in my life. And so I did it. And I did 30-minute workouts. I actually did the 22-minute Tony Horton video. So it wasn't even 30-minute videos. That was the first one that I did. And within 6 months leading up to our wedding, I lost 20 pounds, and I still got to enjoy life. For the first time, I enjoyed food. Food is like really big for my husband and I. We like to eat good food, and I got to still do that. I didn't have to give that up. So my relationship with food completely changed. All of this mindset around working out completely changed. And I still never thought about doing the business. I was working 2 or 3 jobs at the time. I had always worked that many jobs. But shortly after we got married, my husband's like, I think I feel called to go to seminary. So we moved across the country, and I knew if he was going to school and working, we would never see each other. And my parents had that same type of marriage where they never saw each other because they worked so much. So I'm like, well, maybe this is something that I can do. I had started developing a passion, like thinking there has got to be other women out there that struggle, that are struggling the way that I have. And that does kind of go into what I'm going to talk about what we do as a coach, because I know so often we hear, or I hear, I need to have a physical transformation before I can be a coach, which is honestly the furthest from the truth, because coaches just truly inspire other people through their own personal journey, and you get to be authentically you. You share that journey. You are not only other people's biggest cheerleaders, you are also your own biggest cheerleader. And I just think that is really, really cool. When you are on your own transformation and sharing that, it is super powerful. So we get to share our story organically. And this is where it gets to be a lot of fun. Conversations behind the scenes get to be a lot of fun because you are attracting people who are struggling with the same things you are attracting. So conversation is just fluid and easy and fun. It's not that scary, like, oh, social media is scary, meeting new people are scary. It's like, wow, my struggles and what I'm going through just connected me with one of the most amazing people ever. And so it can be really fun. And I know that it's a red flag when my business is starting to feel like drudgery or I'm not enjoying it enough. It means that I'm trying to be somebody that I'm not. And that just feels icky. And so we get to be who we want to be authentically, sharing our values, sharing just the different seasons of life we are going through. So we share our journeys through social media. We also get to share our journeys through challenge groups. And I'm guessing maybe a lot of you guys have been in a challenge group before, but as coaches, you can run monthly challenge groups. You can have an ongoing yearly challenge group. You can call them boot camps. You can call them whatever you want to call them. That is one of the things that I absolutely love about Beachbody is, yes, we are all Beachbody coaches, but we get to bring who we are to our coaching, to our challenge groups. Everyone runs their challenge groups a little bit differently. Beachbody does offer or provide amazing like challenge group guides, so you can use their posting, but you can also bring in, if you have like maybe you run a faith-based group, or you do a personal development group intertwined with the programs, or you just do a nutrition group. And so you really get to just intertwine your values, your seasons of life, and the things that you have gone to bring to your challenge groups. So there is no like, you have to run a challenge group this way. It is just who you are. And so you get to share your journey through challenge groups. But just because we're sharing our journey, I mean, yes, some people will come to us, but there is the nitty gritty behind the scenes stuff. And I had the piece of paper at one point, but Steph is going to talk also about this business activity tracker. And so Beachbody not only gives us all of the tools that we can get nutrition wise and workout wise, but also business wise. And so there are 4 vital behaviors. I've already talked about most of them. Be proof that the product works. So we're using the products, we're sharing that. That is a main part of our business. But then the second section here is just connecting with other women. And this can be a big fear. I know I get a lot of people saying, well, I don't know who I would talk to. I don't know who I would invite. And when we get over ourselves and we just connect with other women on social media, it has brought in some of the most amazing women into my life that our paths would have never crossed. And when we get to just love on people and we get to be a light in someone's life and we get to care about somebody in a way that maybe they don't feel in their everyday life, that is a really, really powerful tool that we get to give to somebody. So that is the connecting part, just really loving on people and finding new people that you relate with, that you connect with, and then getting people results. So that is through challenge groups, but also that is leading the team of women who want to work this business with you. And I know that is super scary. I know leadership is one thing that is super scary for me, or just talking about doing something that I may not be super confident in. And I believe we are going to just talk more about just team trainings that we offer. And so you get to do this coaching journey with other women. And so you're leading women through challenge groups. You're also leading women coaching. And I have a couple coaches that have some pretty big goals. And when you hear about those goals, a lot of the fears just go away and you are able to show up for them. You're able to help them with conversations. And just like Steph and Noella, like we're always an amazing community of doing this always together. And then the fourth vital behavior is personal development. Like what kind of business makes a vital behavior working on yourself like one of the top priorities? And so we are not just outpouring into other people. It is truly becoming the best versions that we can be, so we can be outpouring to all of these people. So I feel like that was the 4 vital behaviors, and it's basically the nitty gritty of what we do in our as coaches throughout our day. So yeah.
I love that. I don't know that I've ever seen such a like upbeat, energetic, positive 31-week pregnant woman. Like you're just like such a ball of fire. And every time we chat, I'm like, oh, I just love hearing kind of like your passion and your energy and the excitement that you have going into this. So thank you for kind of giving us a little bit of that. Let me tell you a little bit about me. Where am I? There I am. All right. So some of you know me, some of you have heard me share this story before. I love telling my story. Like, you know, if I were to sum up what a coach does in one sentence, it would be just to share their story. So I've really kind of grown very fond of talking about this. It's totally something that has formed me. These are my 3 beautiful kids here. I have a son who is 6 and twin girls who are 5. My husband and I always knew we wanted kids right as soon as we got married. Getting pregnant proved to be a little bit of a challenge. So having these 3 in our lives has been the biggest blessing and the biggest job ever. They're a 1.5 years apart. So I always start my story from when the girls were born. You know, when they were born, we had gone from 0 kids to 3 kids in like 17 months. And so for anybody who's gone through such a huge kind of family dynamic change, like that was really, really a lot to process. And for me, as someone who has had a history of dealing with depression and anxiety, this was really, really challenging for my mental health. So I will never forget the day my husband and I sat upstairs in our living room and I was just like beside myself. I couldn't handle all of the directions that I was being pulled. And there was, I kid you not when I say there was literally always somebody crying in those first few months of newborn twin motherhood. So I remember so vividly him saying, like, you need to do something for you that nobody else benefits from, just you. And that moment of clarity when he said that was like such a pivotal moment for me. We decided together that no matter what kind of gong show was going on upstairs, I would come down into the basement and I would have 30 minutes by myself. And when I first started coming down here, I would just like blare music and lay on the couch and cry. That's all I did, right? And then it slowly progressed. And then I would start to, listen to something motivational. And then I actually started exercising. And this is where kind of rubber meets the road and my story takes off, because I became so obsessed with the process of coming downstairs as one person, pouring my all into my workout and going up the stairs 30 minutes later as a completely different person, different mother, different wife, different friend, different sister, that became such a healthy habit for me, and things just really took off from there. I ended up having an amazing weight loss transformation. I lost 80 pounds in the first 9 months after having the girls. So imagine, if you will, running into someone in your life who's a newborn twin mom who's also dropped 80 pounds. Like, it was like people would not stop talking to me about my transformation. It was almost exhausting, to the point where I was telling everyone what I was doing. I'm just working out at home. It's so easy. I press play, I'm done, I go back upstairs. Like, I was just such an advocate for the process that I started just being this walking billboard for it. And so then obviously people wanted what I was doing. They joined. I was referring everybody to my coach, who was kind of a distant family member at the time. And oh, thank you. And speaking of which, and so it got to the point where I was silly not to make this a business, right? I was sending so many of my friends and family members to my coach that I was like, what if I just tried, right? And that's where I knew nothing about the business. All I knew was I was just going to try. I remember the day I hit submit on my coach application, I was like, I will never, ever, ever reach out to anybody to ask them to join. But if they come to me, sure, I'll make a commission on it. That was my mindset. Then I started learning about the income opportunity, and I started visualizing what it could mean for my family. We have a beautiful life. We have a very comfortable life. But what would it feel like for us to be totally debt-free? And that's when, like, even right now, I get butterflies in my stomach thinking about this moment, because that's when I decided to go all in. That's when I decided that these three little people on your screen totally deserved, number one, their healthiest, happiest mom, but also the most comfortable, fun life that I could give them. And I'm going to show you some income possibilities down at the end of this call tonight that will certainly kind of give you an eye opener. But that's really where I went all in with my business, because I know that I am called for something so much bigger than what I was doing. And the lessons that these three little kids have learned from watching their mom be active every day. Like, I did workouts right here. I'm looking at the space with them in their little bumbo chairs, right? They were like 4 months old. Like, they've never known anything but me doing this. So to see them growing and learning the healthy habits that I had to work really freaking hard to learn as an adult, watching them learn that as kids, that's the best. That's the best. And I would do this for free. So the fact that I can make an income doing this is like exactly why I do it. So that's kind of a little bit of a drawn out version of my story. But let me tell you about all of the concerns that I had when I first started viewing this as a business. And I promise that these are probably some of the very same concerns that you have, because at this point, Beachbody's been around for a while. We all know someone who knows someone who has done this type of a business before. And we have, whether we like to admit it or not, a preconceived notion of how it is supposed to look. And I want to, first of all, kind of let you know that your business can look however you want it to look. Okay, you are your own boss. While we all have Team Beachbody businesses, we are our own bosses. We do not work for Beachbody. We use their products as a tool to grow our own businesses. So you do what you want, first and foremost. One of the number one things I hear from new coaches on my team is, I don't have a big social media following and I don't want to seem salesy. Melissa touched on this as well. You will never be asked to be salesy. You will only ever be asked to take care of your own health and wellness first and to share it. You will never be asked, and I almost speak very confidently on behalf of all of the leaders on our team, you will never be asked to send a cold message. We've all gotten them. Hey girl, haven't seen you since high school. I just started this new gig and I really think you'd be great at it. You will never be asked to do that because it feels icky. What you will be taught is how to build relationships, grow relationships, nurture relationships to the point where inviting people to join what you're doing is not only super organic, but it's like the next logical step. right? It's like, I always use the hair analogy. Like if I found out that my best friend with the same type of hair as me, which is like kind of straight, kind of curly, not really one of anything, and she discovered this super, super affordable, amazing hair straightener that made her life so much easier, I would be pissed if she didn't tell me about it, right? That's how we help you train your mindset into thinking of this as sharing as opposed to selling, okay? The second topic here, and this is one that is so near and dear to my heart, I'm still figuring out my own journey. Melissa touched on this as well. You do not need to be at your own personal weight loss goals to run a six-figure business. You just don't. In fact, I would argue that it's probably even easier to grow a big business while you are still figuring it out. And why is that? People want to see themselves in you. People want to know that they're not the only ones struggling. People want to know that you can relate to them. So my weight has actually gone up and down over the years, and I will be totally transparent in letting you know that my business has done the best when my weight has been its highest, because people see me working. People see their lives in what I'm doing, and they see that I am consistent in my own journey, meaning I will be consistent with them in theirs. Okay. And then the third most common fear or concern that people have is they don't want to be stuck to their phone 24/7. And a lot of people who run their own businesses, very sadly, they are, right? This next thing that Melissa touched upon, I will show you. This is what I call my blueprint. This is literally a perfect little packaged up list of things that Beachbody has proven to be effective in growing your own business. Not only does it list it out for you, and I know this is really small, I don't intend for you to be able to read it. Not only does it list out the things that you should do, but it also lists out approximately how many minutes you should spend on each. So if I am in the middle of making dinner and the kids are sitting down watching a show and I've got 10 minutes to spare, I know I can pop in here, do something super quickly, get some business results going, and get on with my day. So this is a game changer for your business, okay? And this is all given to you. Your coach will help you navigate through how to use it, how to stay accountable with using it, and all of those things. But you will not and should not be glued to your phone if you're going to run a business like this. Okay, so I hope you guys drop some. Let me check if there are any questions so far. Kind of going through. Good, yeah, perfect. What a sweet husband. Did you notice he brought my bathing suit to me? That means we're going in the hot tub after. That's his cue. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna actually get down to the point because we're all here looking for numbers. We want to know what it's going to cost and how much we're going to make, and that is just human nature. So let's just get to the meat and potatoes of this call. I want to throw it over to Melissa. She's going to talk about what it costs to run a business like this and how it may work for you. There you go, my friend.
Might want to unmute myself. So we have said it before, we don't want to come off as salesy, but so as soon as we start talking about money, we get a little bit uncomfortable asking people to buy the tools that are life-changing. But like I said, as coaches, we are sharing our journey using the tools that Beachbody has given us, because just like in my case, they were life-changing for me, and I started talking about them and I started using them. And the reason why I start out with that is because we want to get you started as a coach with all of the tools that you need to set your health and fitness up for success. So Beachbody has put together bundles, and there are what's called challenge packs and completion packs. Challenge packs, you get basically both of these bundles, you get everything you need. A challenge pack, you get your year on demand membership. You can get your Shakeology, which is not your protein shake, but it is your multivitamin on steroids, I call it. You can get your Energize, which is your pre-workout, and then you can also get your Recover. You can literally bundle anything together that you want. And then the completion pack is just for somebody who, if you maybe already have Beachbody On Demand, then you can just get it a bundle for a little bit cheaper. And these packs range from $150 to $200, and right now they are actually on sale for $20 off. So you can literally get started for as low as $130. With these bundles, your coach sign-up fee is waived, which is typically $40. And so there is no additional cost to sign up as a coach. You get 25% off of all of the products, like Noella already talked about. And there is a $16.95 in the US, I believe it's $17.95 in Canada, monthly business fee, which gives you the tools, tons of training. It gives you all of your back office, all of the tools like the business activity tracker that Steph just touched on. And basically as simple as it is to get started. You get started with all of the tools, you start using them, you start sharing them, and you have everything you need. Sometimes, I don't know if you are maybe somebody who have started a business before, or you know somebody that has started a business, but you know that there is usually loans that get taken out. There is tons of monthly overhead. Of course, my computer just gave me a low power, so hopefully I can get through this. There's a lot of overhead, and so you work your butt off in your business to get people in your door selling your product, whatever type of business it is, so you can pay off that loan, to pay off that overhead that you have every single month. And so I feel like sometimes that $17 monthly fee is a disservice to us, because that's the type of business that we treat it. We are not treating it like we just took out a $100,000 loan, and we have to work our butt off to encourage and help people to get into our challenge groups and to change their lives. And so I just really want to encourage you guys, if and when you guys do start this business, to not treat it like a $17 a month business, but that you are treating it like you just took out massive loans and you have to work that hard to get people into your storefront. And like we said before, your social media and your inbox is your storefront. And so just getting people, connecting with people and talking to people and just showing up, sharing your journey is how you get people into your store. So yeah, that's basically how you start.
It's crazy, because I feel like that's what people don't believe when they sort of see these numbers. Say, for example, like, let's throw it out there. Say, for example, you signed up, you are not already a member of Beachbody On Demand. You're like brand new, and you sign up for a challenge pack. She mentioned the US pricing. In Canada right now, it's on sale $162. And so say you get started, and literally the only cost to run your business is your $15 or $17 business fee next month. And then the next month, right? That's when, Noella said there's no risk to this. Like, literally you could run a business next month for $15.95 or $17.95, right? That's all it takes to pay your business service fee, okay? And that's it, right? Of course, you're going to use the products. Of course, you're going to want to make sure you get the best results, which is going to be with using the products Melissa told you about. But risk-wise, financial risk-wise, there's no risk, which is why it makes it such a no-brainer. And if I have not already sold you on that concept now, let me tell you how this can earn you money. And I'm going to add the little Beachbody disclosure. I've got it marked out on the slides for you. The income, the income potential is almost ridiculous. It's almost ridiculous. It's something that I can't even wrap my head around, okay? But it is all a factor of how hard you work, and none of this income is guaranteed. The people who earn these types of income hustle their little tookuses off forward, but it's possible. Let me show you. The compensation plan has really 3 different branches to it. And I'm going to show you the fine print and how it all looks on paper. But what you need to know is the first part of the compensation plan is your retail commission. So your retail commission comes from selling someone a challenge pack, getting someone to start up with your team, by purchasing a package that has Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology or one of the other products that Melissa was talking about. That is the most easy, direct way to get paid. We get paid every single week, direct deposit, and you get 25 to 40% commission on everything that you sell, okay? Then it gets a little bit more interesting when we start talking about residual income. I've got some numbers to show you on the next slide for this, but residual income is what happens when the people from previous months continue to order their product, right? They see the amazing results that Shakeology or Energize or Recover is getting them, and they continue to order, which continues to get you a residual income. And then the bonus is, I can't wait to show you this part. This is what blew my mind. This is where the sky's the limit. And this is where things can start to get very, very interesting. So let me show you these numbers. This is going to be very small print, and I don't intend for you to be able to read any of it. But if we talk a little bit about, this is the commission earned from a challenge pack, okay? And then we talk about residual income here. So you can see in month 1, if I sign up 3 people, I'm going to earn about $210, okay? If I sign up 3 people in month 2, that's another $210, but there's going to be a $97 payment from all of these people who reordered their product. Month 3, I'm going to sign 3 more people up. Okay, this is 3 new people into your business that are going to be customers or coaches. Then you're going to have your $97 from the month 1 people. Then you're going to have the $97 from the month 2 people. This is residual income. Okay. And if you're brand new to Beachbody, you'll know that there's never any hard and fast rule that you have to continue with your shakes or you have to whatever order this amount. But this is what happens when people try the products, because the products freaking work. Okay. And then this was the slide. This was a slide that changed it for me. This is what happens when you start building a team. A team meaning there are other people with coach accounts that you work with. There can be any of the 4 different types of coaches that Noella talked about, but these are the differences in what you can earn from the team bonus. And I remember these numbers down here. Can you see them? How they go all the way up to $12,000 per week? That number, do you know how long I used to have to work to earn that in my job? And the fact that these people are earning that just in their bonus, just per week, this is where I was like, I need to know. I need to know all the things. I need to know how it works. And I need to open up my mind, get my ego out of the way to actually find out if this could work for me. If we go a little bit deeper, there are things called matching bonuses, which is basically if your coaches on your team earn that number 2 bonus from before, you get part of it as well, guys. It goes up and up and up to the point where these quarterly bonuses that these people get in the 4th tier here are like $40,000 or something crazy like that. I don't even know because I'm not there, but the possibility is unbelievable. And the possibilities are endless if you put in the work, okay? And what's really, really cool about this is your coach only succeeds if you succeed. So this is why Melissa was saying we all work so closely together. Yes, you may all run your own businesses, but you're never on your own, because if you succeed, your coach succeeds. So it's everyone helping everyone. The sisterhood is super strong because we all benefit from it. And these are the slides that you'll want to kind of hover over and check out. These are members of our team. These are a couple years ago, so things are probably even higher now, but it just shows you what can happen if you put your head down, put your blinders on, follow that blueprint that they've laid out for us, and do the darn thing, starting with taking care of yourself first. So I'm going to bring it over here. We can go back to that. I can send it to you after if you need it. But I want to throw this over to Melissa because she gives me goosebumps when she talks about this stuff.
So I'm actually going to start wrapping it up. I feel like this 45 minutes has flown by. And I know that so many times fears stop us before we start anything. And that is everything in our life. Fear stops us before we even start. And I know that you are here or you're listening to this call for a reason. You are not here by chance. There is something that sparked your interest. There is something that you maybe want to change in your life. And I hope that if you take anything away from tonight, that we are just regular women who have drive and passion, and we have a vision. You've heard it in all of our stories, to have something different. And that is what drives us, and that's what moves us forward. And that consistency and hard work trumps any kind of skill every single day. So you don't need to have a certain amount of skill sets to do this. You develop those over time. That is what is becoming a better person, just growing. And so you can develop anything, but as long as you have a drive and the consistency, you can truly, like you just saw in the slides, you can achieve anything. You put your own limits. We put our own limits on ourselves. Nobody else does that. And so every single one of us, not only did we start with fears, we encounter them every single day. We encounter failing forward every single day. We encounter unknowns. Kids get sick, everything comes up, and we just overcome those because of our vision, and the reason why we are doing this is bigger than anything else. And so when we read that, when we are reading our vision and we are thinking about our why every single day, that is what can drive us. And maybe those numbers are a little intimidating, and maybe you don't even necessarily want to dream that big, or can even begin to dream that big. You just want to pay for groceries. You just want a date night that isn't charged, that isn't stressful on you guys, and that is just that is powerful enough to drive you. And most of us, we've all started with those goals, and those are sometimes the most powerful ones. When somebody earned $500 for Christmas, that's what a lot of us are pushing for now, is just earning some extra cash for Christmas, or earning some extra cash to just pay down some student debt, whatever it may be. I just want to encourage you guys, when you get off this call, to not rush into whatever you need to do next, but just to envision what a date night might be like. I just want you guys to envision what it might be to pay an extra month on your student loans, or to not argue about finances so much, or to take stress off of your husband, who might be having to pick up all of these extra shifts. What could this business potentially do for you? And that will outweigh any fear that you might have. So I think that was wrapping it up for me.
All right. I love it. All right, Noelle, let's wrap it up, my friend. You're muted, girlfriend.
What do you mean? You guys can't read my lips? Come on. What I was saying is, when I signed up 9 months ago, the packages from then till now, the sale now, and the content in them blows my mind. Because when I signed up, you didn't have the 2 nutrition programs available. I had to purchase one of those separately, and that's pretty well the price of 1 challenge pack for 1 nutritional program. So right there, that blows my mind when I tell people, you get access to all the videos for the nutrition programs as part of your Beachbody On Demand. You get access to the materials that you need. They come with your containers for the ultimate portion fix, as well as the food tracker for the 2B mindset. I had to buy those. I bought those separately in my challenge packs. I didn't get those. I'm kind of mad. But anyways, what I'm saying is that there alone blows my mind when I tell people about this. So, and right now we're in holiday season. So be in charge of your nutrition. I don't know about you, but I start that journey over every year. I gain the holiday 15 because I love food. I'm a jerk. I love food that much. So I know I'm ahead of the game. I feel in control. And those programs have so many guides to holiday season. Recipes. I'm blown away by the recipes. I don't like cooking, but I'm starting to enjoy it because my food tastes good now. Those recipes are dynamite. So now is the time you can get these amazing results in time for January 1st, because we all know what happens January 1st, right? Everybody's got their New Year's resolution January 1st. I have one every year, But this year, it's going to be different than it is every other year. So now's the time. You guys have the opportunity to gain amazing results from now until then. And people are going to be drawn to you because they're going to need your support, your help. And we've got the army to help these people. We've got the support to help these people. And that's what kept me going. I'm sure that's what kept Steph going. That's what keeps Melissa going, is we're a team. So, and like I said, so what we also have next week, I know Melissa mentioned it quickly, we have a new round of the coach mentorship starting. So the nice part about that is if you don't know where to start, it's okay. I've been there. I get it. So those coach mentorships answer those questions. You sit in, if you have questions, you ask them, they're going to provide you the tools. They're going to tell you where to go for material, how to check your back office. It's all laid out for you. So it kind of leaves out the guessing work. That's the best part about this team, is there's so many tools available. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. We also have Cash for Christmas promo going on. So you have the opportunity to earn some cash for Christmas. You know what I mean? Save up those funds for Christmas, and you can earn some extra bonuses from your sponsors as well. So we're kind of running this amazing opportunity for people when they sign up. So there's no better time than now. There is no risk. I'm going to leave it at that because I could talk all night, because I'm just one of those people who work from home and have no friends right now. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay, you guys, any questions before we wrap up? I know we've been chatting in the chat box a little bit, but I want to thank Melissa and Noella for doing this with me. You guys have been like the most amazing, business sisters to do this with. So I'm really, really grateful for you both, and for all of you who came to share your glass of wine or your tea or whatever with us. So let's leave it at that. I want to be super mindful of your time for tonight. I hope you have an amazing, amazing night tonight, and reach out to the coach that invited you here. Like Melissa said, you are here for a reason. Someone saw something in you and invited you here, and that's the light that we're all going to work together to help you shine. So we can't wait to see you in the new coach mentorship. Cheers to you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you so much, and see you later. We'll see you soon. Thanks for joining, guys. Bye.